Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
In a recent CNN town hall in Pennsylvania, Vice President Kamala Harris labeled Donald Trump a fascist, issuing a stark warning about the threat he poses to the nation's future. Harris's comments follow a report that alleges Trump expressed admiration for the loyalty of Hitler's generals, with John Kelly, Trump's former chief of staff, revealing that Trump praised Hitler on multiple occasions. Harris described Kelly's revelations as a 911 call to the American people, underscoring her belief that Trump is becoming increasingly unhinged and unstable. She warned that in a second Trump term, figures like Kelly will no longer be present to curb Trump's behavior. Despite this, a Wall Street Journal poll shows Trump narrowly leading Harris, 47% to 45%, as Election Day nears. Another Marist poll finds the candidates in a tight race across key swing states, including Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina.
In the White House, in the Situation Room, in the Oval Office, all Republicans, by the way, who served in his administration, his former chief of staff, his national security advisor, former secretaries of defense, and his vice president have all called him unfit and dangerous. They have said explicitly he has contempt for the Constitution of the United States. They have said he should never again serve as president of the United States. We know that is why Mike Pence is not running with him again, why the job was empty. And then today we learned that John Kelly, a four-star Marine general, who was his longest-serving chief of staff, gave an interview recently in the last 2 weeks of this election, talking about how dangerous Donald Trump is. And I think one has to think about, why would someone who served with him, who is not political, a four-star Marine general, why is he telling the American people now? And frankly, I think of it as he's just putting out a 911 call to the American people. Understand what could happen if Donald Trump were back in the White House. And this time, we must take very seriously those folks who knew him best and who were career people are not going to be there to hold him back.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I also believe that the people who know him best on this subject should be trusted. Again, look at their careers. These are not people, with the exception, I think, of only Mike Pence. These were not politicians. These are career people who have served in the highest roles in national security, who have served as generals in our military, who are highly respected. Talking about the person who would be commander-in-chief, not to mention what we know and what they've told us about how he talks about the military, servicemen and women, referring to them as suckers and losers, how he demeans people who have taken an oath to sacrifice their life for our country. And I do believe, Anderson, that part of this is why, even just this week, I traveled this state and others with Liz Cheney, former Congress member who was a very high-ranking Republican. She has endorsed me. Her father, the former Vice President of the United States, Dick Cheney, is voting for me. Over 400 previous members of the administration, from Ronald Reagan to both Presidents Bush to Donald Trump even, have endorsed my candidacy. And the reason why, among them, is a legitimate fear based on Donald Trump's words and actions that he will not obey an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. He himself has said he would terminate the Constitution of the United States.